congratulations on your debut single. We're about to play it on our show for the very first time. So I was wondering if you could start off by telling our listeners a little bit about this track and what they can expect to hear on this track.
Oh, cool. Yeah, so the track's called Ballerina. It is kind of, I guess, a blend of indie folk with some kind of atmospheric guitars and backing as you get further into it. I recorded it I think back in January, and yeah, I'm finally releasing it, and yeah, very, very stoked with it. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy it.
So what kind of inspired the track? What inspired the lyrics especially?
Well, I'd actually had the melody line of like the hook, won't be a ballerina, in my head for quite a few months, and I was kind of in this stage of my life where I was kind of, running around chasing after someone, and it wasn't being reciprocated. And one night I just kind of sat down to write a song, and I found that hook kind of just placed perfectly with the lyrics and how I was feeling at the time. And yeah, it all just kind of came together pretty quick and pretty naturally, and out came Ballerina. Yeah.
Awesome. Now, you've been working with Tim McCartney, of course, who has worked with some amazing artists over the years. Tell us a little bit about how that working relationship started for you guys working together.
Yeah, Tim's amazing. He is so incredible. I'm so grateful for him. He's helped me so much. I actually just reached out to him on Instagram and asked if he would be interested in producing some tracks for me, and he was really keen. And so we got into the studio, and we just kind of like had a jam with Tim, myself, and Andy Horvath, who plays drums on the track, just to kind of have a feel of where we wanted the song to go and how we wanted it to sound. And it ended up being a really quick process. We smashed everything out within the 2 days. So as soon as the 2 days were over, everything was completely finished. So it went really smoothly and just felt really good. Yeah, he's incredible to work with. He's an amazing producer and also a really, really good friend. He's very nice. So yeah, it went really well.
Now, of course, you've got a degree in songwriting and music, and you've been playing at venues right across Sydney over the last few years. Tell us a little bit about where your interest in music came from.
Yeah, so I've always been a singer, I guess. Just singing around the house since I was a little kid. I've always loved singing so much, and I grew up, doing singing lessons and whatnot. But I'd never really tried to sit down and write a song. I don't know why. I just never had. I loved covering other people's songs and singing about, singing other people's stories. But in, I think it was 2018, I decided to go and study music because I felt like I was kind of losing that pathway, I guess. I was working full time and wasn't doing much music, so I thought I'm just going to jump straight in and study it. And then I found my love for songwriting and storytelling, and ever since then I've just been really enjoying writing my own stuff and singing it to anyone that will listen, really.
You mentioned that you used to sing around the house. Did you come from a very musical household?
I kind of did, yeah. So my dad, he plays guitar and he's into, old blues and rock and roll and stuff like that. So there was definitely an influence from him, just listening to him play the guitar growing up and, always having music on in the house. But yeah, I think my love for it definitely has come from there a little bit, for sure.
And who were the artists that you first got into when you were very young? Were there certain artists that you used to go out and buy the music of that you just fell in love with?
Yeah, for sure. So when I was really young, I loved Stevie Nicks, so Fleetwood Mac, obviously. I think everyone does, but I really did feel connected to that. Rolling Stones, I loved the Rolling Stones growing up. They're my dad's favourite band, so I think I naturally kind of took a liking to them. Loved them.
Awesome. Now, if people take a listen to Ballerina in a couple of minutes and fall in love with it, where can they go to grab their own copy?
Yeah, so Ballerina's available on all major streaming platforms, so Spotify, Apple Music, all that. So my name's Steph Wood, so you can type that into your preferred streaming platform and, listen to it there.
And where to now for you? Are you working on an EP? Are you working on an album? What are your plans now going forward?
So I'm waiting to get back into the studio with Tim. Hopefully very soon we'll start recording a few more tracks and yes, just for the remainder of the year I'll release a few more singles and then see how we go.
Great. Well, we cannot wait to hear those more singles that'll be coming out this year. But for now, we are going to play Ballerina for the first time. So, Steph, is there anything you'd like to say to everybody out there before they take a listen to this amazing track for the first time?
I guess just enjoy it. Yeah, it's my debut single, so I hope anyone listening finds something that they can connect with it, and I hope you guys enjoy it.